Meteorologist Aiden Harper here, part of the Severe Weather Forecaster's Office. Will be doing a bit of a tour and how to use some of our programs that we use, such as RadarScope and AWEBs, and what web browser, like what type of web stuff we use, model websites, many more. So, what for further ado, sorry. Let's go ahead and look at this one. So we use this thing called AWEBs. AWEBs is a program that National Weather Service, Storm Prediction Center, most of them use most of the time. We also use it. Some other forecasting places use it. So let's see. We can select between velocity and reflectivity. If you do not know what reflectivity and velocity is, or any of this radar stuff, I'll go ahead and teach you what that is. So reflectivity is the measurement of rain, or how much rain is falling. Like, for example, near Bardstown and East Bardstown, there's a bit of light rain to moderate rain. Over here near Johnsonville, it's really light rain. As you can see that scale, it's even up here. Like, as you can see, that purple, that's the lightest. All the way up, that's light. All the way up to green, that's a mediumly light. All the way from here, then this is medium, then this is high. So let's go on to velocity. So velocity is the measurement of wind speed, or place, or like the rain, or where the rain direction is going. So as you can see right here, this is our radar site where all the data comes through. You can kind of see how that green and that red. The green means this is going towards the radar. The red means it's going away from the radar. So if there were to be a tornado warning, like here near Bardstown and LeBron Junction, there would be maybe some rotation somewhere around here. So if this green and this red started to like rotate, start like doing a rotation, like, let me get a picture up. Let me hold on. So this is what it would kind of look like right here. So this is a picture for the National Weather Service. This is called, so velocity is the measurement of wind, as I just said. So if there were to be like a little bitty hook right here, like this, see how that kind of starts to like curve? There would be this signature called a couplet, or a velocity signature. Here's another view of it. If it were to be like this, like how that's see how that kind of mixes and rotates? Once that mixes and rotates, that's a signature that there could be some rotation, there could be something near in the clouds, about to drop something, like a tornado. Usually if this does not match with the hook, that's either contamination or there's something else in the clouds. But usually that's contamination. So if it's not near the hook, you gotta check it. If you're like using an advanced radar, you can like do two panels, and you can look at two separate things, and you can like use a marking tool. You can draw where the hook is, and if it matches up with where you drew with the velocity, that's rotation. If it's not matching up with that, that's contamination. I'm gonna close this out. So that's how velocity works. Also, we can also issue warnings, warnings, and advisories. We can't really issue watches, but we can issue mesoscale, like mesoscale discussions, discussing about storms, winter, but we can't actually issue them and like make watches. So just to be aware, we are not the ones that you should rely on for any like specific weather reports. We'll just send out widespread weather reports and cover some parts of most of Kentucky. If you want a specific area that you want covered, tune to a local news station that is covering your area that has a certified college meteorologist. Do not rely on the Severe Weather Forecaster's Office or me. I am not a certified meteorologist, and I am still a meteorologist in training. But anyway, we can also select a bit of models, as you can see on this display, on these little bitty displays. So let's go to one of our satellite pictures. So if you were to have the Weather Channel and you tune to there at a right time, you would be able to see something like this. Like if you were to like for hurricanes hitting Florida, anywhere that's coastal, you would see this. We can toggle through different displays like some other satellite pictures, clouds, the top faces of clouds, some different parts of like inside the clouds, how much moisture and all that instability is built up in. So that's how it basically works. So we can also how do we make our forecasts and predictabilities? Well, the main part of our predictabilities is models. Models are super, super, super important over making our forecasts and our discussions and our predictabilities and probabilities. As you can see, we have these lines, these angles, and all that. As you can see, this little bit of storms are going to impact Florida. Just FYI, I only cover Florida. Some people may cover other parts, but I just cover Kentucky. So anyway, let's look at another model that we have. I can look at where some storms are going. I mean, the moisture moisture, where all the rain moisture could be going. Some where I think this is about storms, but not completely sure. I am still trying to learn about this. This is, it's like the same thing as that, but it's like checking like how much strength there could be in storms. I think that's what vertical velocity means. I don't know for sure. I'm still training. I'm still learning. You can tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. Anyway, this is where the winds are in the clouds, I think. Sorry, I'm just a bit tired, as you can honestly tell. Anyway, this measures like the winds, the height of storms, all the speeds, like that could be in storms. So we also use other forecast models to depict some where all the dew point, how hot it could be, how cold it could be, all that stuff, our low pressure systems and all that. So the biggest question people ask, or who have AWIPs, how do you use discussions? How do you use your warnings? Very, 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 very simple. We use this thing called WarnGen, or PGen, right here. PGen is what helps us issue our products and all that stuff. Like let's open this. Let's open up PGen. Let's look at our earlier forecast that I put out. So let's open up a layer with a discussion. Give this a second. It's buffering. Oh, there we go. This is how we issue certain types of products, like for that moderate risk that we got yesterday. This was the product I issued. So let's just close out of this. Oh, let's see what's going on. And oh yeah, people who get a website, there could be a bit of buffering. Mine's a computer that is kind of made for weather, but at the same time isn't. But it's still really, really good and really powerful. Like a normal little work computer that doesn't have so much processing power, it would just not work. It could not work. But a computer with a lot of processing power, a lot of GPU, CPU, RAM, a lot of terabyte of storage, that it would perfectly work. So let's look at another program that we use to look at warnings called Radarscope. You may have seen this on either the App Store or watch Storm Chasers use it. Like, I'm Storm Chaser, I use it sometimes. So let's see. So this is actually a really good and useful tool. I can see which warnings that I did not issue, but by the way, I do not actually issue these warnings, but I usually repost them or send them out. So that's still that's still kind of resembling to issuing an actual warning. These are not actually in effect. You will not see them on TV, radar, like actual radar images, weather radios of some sort. You won't actually see those. But anyway, I look at warnings that get issued. So if there were to be a warning for Willisburg right now, I would see that right there. I would see, or if there's a warning for Mount Washington, Corydon, Georgetown, Galena, Salisbury, anywhere, or Louisville, I would see that off here. I can also look at the warnings. Like, let's go to a storm real quick. So here's what it would look like. Like, as you can see, for example, we can look at the thunderbolts and all that stuff. Like, let's get this up. And we can also look at velocity images. But we can also look at other images such as storm relative velocity, kind of the same thing, but it depicts all the motion in one specific storm or other storms. Let's look at the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient, actually, it depicts all of the stuff in the clouds, what should and should not be. So you might have seen those little bitty dots in this. If you've seen like Mayfield or some sort, you may have seen like that little bitty blue dot right there. That depicts that there's debris, and there's in fact a tornado on the ground. But it's still like velocity. It has to match up with the hook, the velocity. If it's matching up, that is a confirmed tornado on the ground. That's how forecasters and National Weather Service meteorologists and meteorologists here at the Severe Weather Forecasters Office issue observed tornado warnings. It would say tornado observed by radar. So anyway, going on with another tool that we use called ZDR, or specific differential phase. This depicts if if a storm has the potential of producing either large hail, or any storm at all. Like, for example, this could be likely to produce large hail, maybe some strong wind gust, or maybe some really strong rotation if there could be, but that's very unlikely for that storm. Yeah. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. As you can see. So anyway, we can also look at watches, warnings. So yeah, that's basically what that is. Let's go back to our 2-panel display and go back to. Actually, we could maybe have some rotation. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna look at that. Anyway, that's pretty much all that is for this. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Some of the web browsers that we usually use is hold on. Where is it? Forecasting. Okay. Anyway, here's one of the discussions I issued before. And we also use another radar thing called Attic Radar. That's what we mainly use for like lives and all that stuff, because it has all the things we need. So anyway, we use for our reports from National Weather Service, meteorologists, flood reports, spotter reports, and all that stuff, and warnings that go through. We get it from this thing called IMBot. IMBot depicts that that if there's a storm warning, discussions, and all that stuff, like area forecast discussions, AFDs, or hazardous weather outlooks, HWOs, tornado watches, tornado warnings, all that stuff. That will go through here. I'm trying to start up a IMBot live, but it's not quite going so well. We also use some stuff from other weather websites, such as weather.cal.edu or Pivotal Weather. Pivotal Weather is like AWIPS, but if it was on a website, but it doesn't have any radar and all that stuff. And if AWIPS had if Pivotal Weather had a subscription, but if AWIPS had a subscription, it would be Pivotal Weather. So anyway, we can mainly see some of those. Like there's a bit of some storms that could be issued or could be likely. We can also look at observed nations. Like, as you can see, we had this Arctic front coming to our area that is going to warm up. Then it's going to kind of start to warm up. But for now, it's going to be kind of cold. Then it's going to start to warm up again. We can also look at more observational analysis. Like, for example, the high pressure systems, low pressure systems. This cold front that made all the storms was accompanied by that low pressure system. I think it was originally right here near the Texas, Oklahoma, all near the Great Plains, where that moderate risk took place. But I am mainly watching this other cold front that's accompanied by this high pressure systems. So I'm mainly going to keep my eye on that right there. We also use for our products. We can also use SPC. SPC is the storm prediction center that predicts the storm risk, where storms could be most likely, and all that stuff. That is a very important tool that we use. And where our main area is. We can also have some forecasting models and all that stuff. We also have a Discord and a Twitter that we use. Sorry, voice crack. That we use. You can join us. It's in my link. It's in my description. You can go look at that. And if you want to contact me, you can you can contact me by www.webspotters8@gmail.com. If you have any questions about this video, or any questions in total by AWIBS, radar scope, or any type of radar that you want to use, or how everything works. So, or if there's any questions, you want a place that could be affected, and I'll send you back a report. So I will see you guys later. Kirby EAS, once again, signing off.